Shall I tell you about my last one?
Go on, tell me.
I left the Charybdis and my girlfriend and I went on a holiday to Tunisia, and we came back and I was all tanned and all the Matlows were jealous because they'd been in Plymouth and stuff. And then we found out that I had to go to the Gulf again, and this would have been about the fourth or fifth time I was going about the Gulf, and I was so adamant not to go. I pressured my girlfriend, now wife, to break my leg so I didn't have to go, and she said, "Oh, don't be stupid, just go." I said, I don't want to go, it's another bloody 6 months away. And I had my notice in. So this was my last trip abroad to the Gulf, and came back, and it was on a ship unlike the other two. The Brazen, it was massive. And I wasn't even in the RO's mess, the radio operator's mess. There was not enough space. I had to go into the stoker's mess, which helped, because when it came to clean ship, I always said I was going to go to the other place and help them, and I never did.
Good lad.
Yeah, absolutely. They used to call me Sunblessed because I loafed around a lot. The last run ashore was Malta. And I don't remember whether it was in fact planned before we left. It just seemed to, we're going Malta. And I knew a little bit about it from my love of history, that it was very tied to the British in the war. They had Faith, Hope and Charity, the 3 planes that were stationed there to fight off the Luftwaffe. And it was a very historical island. It was part of the Knights of St. John, who had left Rhodes in the Middle Ages. So I was looking forward to it. What I didn't realise was we were the first British naval warship back since the British were told to leave the island in 1978 under Don Mintoff. It was said to us before we got there may be a few people looking as we enter Grand Harbour. They may be interested enough to come out and see the return of the Royal Navy. There were over 10,000 people on the water, let alone on Lascaris Wharf where we came in. So we came in, and as the Grand Harbour opens up, it's just a magnificent sight. Well, how would you describe it? It's a film set. It's where they filmed Games of Thrones. It was the height of summer, and we came in, and Lascaris Wharf had thousands of thousands. It made the news in the UK. And I remember my folks afterwards saying they think they saw me on the bridge wing. And I've looked at it and I can't see myself. I think I actually was on the flag deck. But it's an amazing sight as we came in. All these people shouting. And Malta, I don't know what it is about Malta. I mean, you know Naples, how hot it can get in Naples. Well, Malta is halfway between Sicily and North Africa. But it's hotter than North Africa. It's got this unique climate. So with the heat wave currently out in the Mediterranean, I'd hate to think how hot it is in Malta. It's absolutely sweltering. It was an amazing reception. I would never forget it. And literally for about 4 or 5 days we were there, I had a couple of days off leave. A mate of mine, Paul Manchester, we booked into a little hotel with about 5 others just to the north towards Gozo, enjoyed the beach there and a few tavernas. But people, wherever we went, as soon as they found out we were sailors, we couldn't buy anything. It was literally a cliche. They kept buying us drinks, they kept buying, very hospitable, and they kept saying, "When are you coming back? Why don't you come back?" Most of the Maltese were hoping that we would return. So I bought myself a box suit in the style of David Sylvian, but it was not really for the heat, it was mainly for the British climate. It was more like tweed. But I was determined to wear this thing out, and one night in a disco, I nearly fainted. I was so hot. I was wearing this thing. I must have looked like a red-faced little prune, but I looked the dog's balls, if you know what I mean. And that was it. And apart from that, I don't really remember much.
Well, it was a long time ago now, Mark.
Well, you remember everything.